I'm somebody who is very passionate about film. It's kind of the one thing that I know that I can at least do right in one way or another. But I've also seen that my focus is so stuck on making movies and learning more about movies that I tend to forget about my own health, and I forget about, I need to maintain health. My blood pressure might be high or something like that. Oh, in that realm of things, was there a moment for you during this where you said maybe this was the wrong decision? And coming out of it, are you kind of in a different place of, okay, now I know where I need to be and what I need to focus on to make sure this doesn't happen again?
You get older. Your music career didn't pan out. I wound up in film. Long story. And you sort of, the beard, or you get a beard, and then it's gray and your hair falls out or whatever, and your paunch comes out. And you mellow a bit. And then life or certain things knock the stuffing out of you. Eternal Kiss knocked the professional stuffing out of me, whatever was left. And so I rebuilt myself. It's like Steve Austin crashing and you become the bionic man. One of my best friends died in 2009, Mac Tonys, who I'd co-written a play with. We were looking at writing scripts together. A lovely young man. He was only 36. That, to some degree, knocks the personal stuffing out of you. Because all of these things, as you get older, you become more mature. And so I think those things also make you a better filmmaker or a better storyteller. But the truth is, I do remember when the Liberals changed, we'll say, the film industry, and I actually think it works pretty well now. So it all, I think, worked out in the end to some degree. But when it happened, I thought, this is it. Like, my film career might be over.
Right.
And two things went through my mind, three things. One, I thought the Liberals were making a terrible mistake on policy basis. I'm a policy wonk. I began my career in government. I just thought they had it wrong.
Yeah.
But on a personal level, I just said, I made Cuckoo and the Clock and Roundabout to redeem myself from Eternal Kiss. And I think I've squared it with these two films. So now I'm kind of where I was. Now I get to make the one which became Exit Thread, where I get to really show what I can do.
Right.
And I've almost relearned how to be a filmmaker. I'm probably never going to get that chance. Again, I sort of saw that disappear, which is why I wound up in the ER. It was really stressful. The funny thing happened to me in the ER, and I guess maybe this is where we'll end this episode because we're way over time.
Sure.
So you go through, they take your blood work, they do the EKG, beep, 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 and they say, you're not having a heart attack. We're not quite sure you're out of the woods yet, but we're going to put you out in the waiting room. And I was there for like 4 or 5 hours. And then they bring you back in, they're going to do the blood test again, and just to make sure that you're okay. It was all stress related. And so the nurse comes in to take my blood the second time. And she said, basically, why are you in here? And I said, yeah, I think it's probably just stress. The budget came down today, and I mean, everybody in the province knew about the budget. And lots of other people got hit too. And I said, yeah, I work in the film industry, and wow, it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be really tough. And she stops, and she looks at me, and I paraphrase here, but she says, you're in the film industry? Yeah, producer, director, I guess, until tomorrow maybe. And she says, my son just graduated from film school. And her big thing was she started not crying, but pretty darn close. She was very emotional. She didn't want her son to have to leave. The idea was he could continue to work here in this burgeoning film industry.
Right.
And I'm like comforting her. I'm the one in the emergency room for the stress and the heart attack or whatever. And she's the one who's starting to break down. And we had this 10 or 15 minute chat and I calmed her down. But then I realized, you know what? Even if my career is over today, I've had a pretty good run and I've done most of what I wanted to do and I made good films and I can always go do something else.
Sure.
Here's this lady, her son wants to be in the film industry. He hasn't had that chance. He's just starting. And now he's going to have to move. That was her fear. And she's losing her son. She wanted her son to be able to stay here and keep the family together. And I said, yeah, it can always be worse. So you go from wanting to push through the waves to learning to surf the wave and go where the wave takes you. So the younger me, the Eternal Kiss me, push through the wave, like screw the wave. I don't even care if there are waves. I can push through the sheer dint of my talent and intellect and drive. Maybe, but you know what? The older me has learned, go where the wave takes you and find a way to make the wave work for you. And that's sort of where I am now. So hopefully I don't wind up in the ER. So to you younger people, I say, surf the wave, be one with the wave, not push through the wave. And nothing is worth killing yourself for.